I welcome everyone to the third session of day one. It is with immense pleasure that I extend an invitation to our esteemed speaker for the plenary session 3, Dr. R. Ilangovan, Associate Professor and Head Department of English, A.M. Jain College. I request our head of the department, Mrs. Sajala, to honor our resource person for gracing us with his presence. I invite Mrs. Devi Prema to honor our guest with a plant. To introduce the distinguished speaker, Dr. R. Ilangovan, for plenary session 3, I invite Mrs. Vaishali.
Hi, Ms. Vaishali. I am happy to present the profile of Dr. Ilangovan, a distinguished associate professor and head of Department of English at A.M. Jain College, Meenambakam, Chennai. Beyond academy, Dr. Ilangovan brings a diverse range of experience to the talent with a background as a former consultant for the software companies. He has seamlessly merged his experts into the technological landscape. Notably, he is skilled content producer and presenter in FM radio, lending his voice to engage a captive audience. As a speaker on a literary talk at All India Radio, Dr. Ilangovan shares his profound insights into the world of literature. His versatility expense of voice professionalism made a voice with his skills. Dr. Ilangovan assumes the role of chairpersons of international conference, contributing to the intellectual exchange on a global change. Modern platform, he is also a YouTuber hosting Dr. Ilangovan Pet Talks series channel where his experts and motivational discourses find a digital audience. I'm happy to welcome you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. I request our chief speaker, Dr. R. Ilangovan, to enlighten us on the topic Artificial Intelligence Generated Literature.
Yes.
Okay, 1 second. Take time to open it. Okay, you open it. My mail open. Mail open. Open the hotspot. Ah, yes, it's got. No. Net is slow, net slow. Yeah, no problem, sir. It's getting late. It's slow. Hello, good afternoon, everybody. I hope that you guys will be very tired of right from this morning because you have been attending programs on artificial intelligence. Intelligence is a word which is very familiar only to human beings because we are, with the sixth sense, use our intelligence to rule our life. And our intelligence has gone to the level of capturing the other planets, Mars, as well. But what is this intelligence is about? Whether life is intelligently going on all walks of life for everybody, it all matters. But human race has come all the way, and developments has come one after another, right from the old Stone Age, and now in the age of technology. So we have to live with this technology. Whether this technology is useful for us or not, that is a big question mark. But whatever it is, technology is a boon for human life, because without technology, we would not be here. And this mic is also a technology. This laptop is a technology. There are ceiling fan. One after another, it has come in our life. And this artificial intelligence, the word artificial, it tells about that it is man-made, it is not natural. But man has invented many things in his life for his own comfort and happiness. Physically, I don't say emotionally, for physical comfort, we have made all inventions. But whether all these inventions are giving us total happiness, it's a $1 million question. So this artificial intelligence has become a big hype right now. And everyday lives, you use this artificial intelligence. This mobile phone is an artificial intelligence. And the apps which you see in your phones, and the Netflix, Amazon, all these things are all artificial intelligence. And why this artificial intelligence is necessary, and how far this artificial intelligence can be used in all walks of life. Of course, it has entered the health sector, business, banking, and automobile, and now it has come to literature as well. So how can artificial intelligence can be used in literature? Artificial intelligence, you have the best tools available, and all those tools will help you out to do the best work of art, whether it is painting, whether it is novel writing or poetry writing, whatever it is, those were the days gone. Past days were gone that we don't have any tools, but it should come naturally. We need more creativity. But now creativity is not that much important because these tools will have a support system. It makes you to understand, it makes you comfortable to write a poem. What is there in the back of your mind, your innovations, and innovations out of intuitions will be converted into a beautiful poem or a beautiful novel. But that help has been given by this artificial intelligence. Okay, right now, okay, because this artificial intelligence has given you that stuff, you want to say that this artificial intelligence is going to rule the world tomorrow? You know, there were some people, we call them as naysayers. Naysayers is a person who never accepts anything which is new to the society, which he is always negative, he or she is always negative. When calculator came into existence, the people who lived those days, they said, oh, you guys are going to use your calculator. You're going to take your brain out of your mind and use a machine to do all calculations. Then you are not that much intelligent as we are. They said like that. But afterwards, what happened? They got adapted to that. Then came the radio, then came the television, and then came internet. Internet, when it came into force, when it came to work, many people said that we are not going to have any more book reading, but still it exists. Now this artificial intelligence, this is the upgraded version. And it has been invented in all factors, in all fields. And as far as I am concerned, I had an experience of visiting an hospital where for a treatment for a very dreadful disease. And they said that we have a treatment right now, but it is quite costly. If you could afford to it, then we can go for it. And I asked that, what is the treatment is it about? They said it is about robotic surgery. Robotic surgery is the surgery which is done by robot. The robot will be extremely filled with data and precision, and that robot will assess a person about his ailment accurately. There will not be any errors, and the surgery will be done by a robot. So they said that it is quite costly, but it will be very effective. But still, what I feel is that robot may do a surgery with great precision at the right spot, at the right ailment to be taken out. Will there be any emotion in that? Because a human doing a surgery and a machine doing a surgery, there is a lot of difference. It tells about the patient's psychology. The psychology of the patient depends more on emotion rather than technology. So if a robot will not come and console the patient, saying that, don't you worry, you'll be all right in a day's time or in 2 days' time. Don't you worry. Have you taken your food? You can take your food after the surgery. You can have some drinks. You can just relax yourself. Nothing to worry about. You can listen to a tune. All these factors, robot will not do. It will do the and get out of there. There is no human touch. You can have a robot to sing a lullaby. Yeah, lullaby, you know very well. The mother's song for a baby. Yeah, robot may sing very beautifully, very soothingly, but does it have the warmth of a mother? The baby will not get the warmth of a mother. You can have that machine next to the baby and it keeps singing this, that, and all that. But that warmth we don't have. So literature, the novelists and the writers and the poets are very much afraid nowadays that this artificial intelligence will try to dominate the writers. But actually, they need not worry about that because artificial intelligence will serve as a tool to you. It will serve as a tool, and the technological experts have developed so many tools. For example, there is a tool called Research Rabbit. Research Rabbit is a tool which is for doing research papers. And then you have one more tool called Trinka. It checks your grammar. If you go into Trinka, that if you use the tool Trinka, Trinka, it will check your grammar, check your spelling. It will make your content spelling free, spelling proof. Punctuations, everything will be checked. That tool will be very useful. You need not scratch your head whether this sentence is right or wrong. So you have that tool. So it is a good support system. And then comes ChatGPT. ChatGPT is about browsing the web. You can chat the web, you can do so many researches, you can find so many work on particular paper where you want to research. And chat PDF is there. If you want to do some research on a particular one, you get into that chat PDF and try to browse it. Then you can, the tool will find out the right paper related to your research. So that thing is available. But those were the days when we were doing research. We went to ASRC in Hyderabad and sat over there for hours together. Took all the magazines, took all the books available, took photocopies of that. That is not necessary right now. Just in a click in your mobile phone, you can find all that. And then comes another tool called Consensus. Consensus is a tool which it talks about the scientific research. It is a search engine like Google. It is a search engine like Google. It is called Consensus. And then artificial intelligence is another tool. It checks about the plagiarism. Plagiarism is the one which is very important in doing research. So plagiarism, because sometimes in the universities they accept up to 30% of plagiarism, because some of the points some of the quotations you take from the authors, the plagiarism check website, tool will tell you that it has been plagiarized. Actually, it is not plagiarized, because quotes has to be taken just like that. You can't alter it. So 30% of plagiarism is allowed, and 70% original should be there for any research project. So if you are doing your PhD work, so then you need to. And then one more thing is this artificial intelligence, now it has entered into automobile industry as well. So you can see a car can be driven without a driver. So it has been programmed in such a way that it goes. But that is, we need technological improvisation, because a car has been programmed in such a way that it can move without a driver in a city's limit. But when it takes a highway, the same program cannot be followed. So it needs to meet with an accident. So this improvisation is going on and on, but where it will go and stop, that is very important. So that is the area where it is very much concerned. So a novelist can, for example, religion. Religion is a matter of faith. So no artificial intelligence created robots can replace Lord Krishna or Jesus Christ or Prophet Muhammad. It's not possible. Okay, it's just a machine, but it can interpret so many things. It can interpret religious books. It can also modify that which is not acceptable. And with this rights, human rights, it is not in your DNA. It has been created by people. It has been created by humans. Rights for women, rights for men, the rights for common people, rights for business people, and all that stuff. Who has done that? It is done by the people themselves, because there should be a frame of law to make people to work accordingly. So that is the purpose of that. But this robots, if a robot has been asked to sit in the chair of a judge, it will not have any emotional impact. It will follow what the rule says. That's all. If a person is innocent, but he has been victimized, but if the judge is a robot, it will follow the rule and give death sentence. But if it is a human, then he will look into the other walks of life, other facets of a human being, human life. So that is why, but artificial intelligence is very much needed. It is very important. And the future of any field depends on this artificial intelligence. And then I go for the next one. There are three types of artificial intelligence. Weak artificial intelligence. Weak artificial intelligence. It focuses on one task and cannot perform beyond its limitations. Only one task at a time. It will not go beyond that. That is called weak artificial intelligence. Then comes strong artificial intelligence. It can understand and learn any intellectual task that a human being can. It can understand and learn. This is strong artificial intelligence. And super artificial intelligence is the third category. It surpasses human intelligence and can perform any task better than a human. This is the place where it is very much concerned. So this super artificial intelligence is the place where we are very much concerned because it surpasses human brain. It dominates you. Without it, you will become nothing. So that is the situation. So it can perform any task better than a human can do. So it is the most one. These three categories: weak, strong, and super artificial intelligence. Right. So what are the benefits, of artificial intelligence? It gives reduction in human error. Human error can be stopped. Sometimes we are all human beings, our mind will not work for more than 20 minutes. We can't concentrate on a particular thing for more than 20 minutes. Our mind will be physically present, mentally absent. So that is the thing. But this is not in the case of a machine programmed with artificial intelligence. So it takes out human error. And risk factor is zero almost. There is no risk factor. That is the biggest advantage of this artificial intelligence. And then availability. Availability because we humans have so many personal work, restrictions. Sometimes we may be in a good mood. Sometimes we may not be in a good mood. Sometimes our body will obey you. Sometimes it won't obey you. So this availability is not a problem for a machine or a robot. So anytime it's available, 24/7. So that is another advantage. And then new inventions, artificial intelligence is the driving force behind numerous innovations that will aid humans in resolving majority of challenging issues. Challenging issues, for example, so as I told you earlier about doctors, and then in the forensic science departments, forensic science, criminology, when there is a crime, this artificial intelligence will come into force. When there is a crime committed in a particular place, the investigating officers will visit that place and they use this artificial intelligence to find out who is the real criminal behind this. And then discoveries below the ocean. About, for example, Atlantic Ocean or Pacific Ocean is said to be the deepest part. And there, about 13 kilometers down, after 4 or 5 kilometers, you can't go beyond that because the pressure of the water. But a robo can go. And it has been programmed in such a way that all things whichever is found under that deepest part of the ocean can be excavated. So that purpose, this is very much useful. And then the police department, and then in the healthcare industry, cosmetology, you can see so many cosmetic industry using this artificial intelligence to, for example, laser cure. Sometimes you have limbs over your faces, they just use a laser and then they cure it. So accurate precision is done because of this. And that is a big usage. And then comes a very important aspect of this artificial intelligence is that it is unbiased. Only human beings have so many bias because I select a person, for example, if I'm an employment officer, I select a person whom I like. Not because they are very well qualified. Beyond that, there are so many calculations. You should be from my native place. You should speak my language. You should be in my color. You should be next to my house, and all that bias will be there. Or you should be my relative. This bias you can't find with this artificial intelligence. There is no bias at all. So this is the biggest advantage of that. And then recruitment systems, as I told you earlier, recruitment systems, job applicants based on skills and qualifications will be done according to the qualification of a particular individual, not anything else. And then comes risky situations. I think you have seen the movie Avatar, Avatar, that is about artificial intelligence. Even in Tamil movie, Rajinikanth has acted in the movie Villain. So that is about, Robo will just, as I told you earlier, that weak Robo, because it has been programmed in such a way that only one work can be done by it. That's why it gets disqualified. In the preliminary stage in that movie, you could see that. I hope that you remember that. In the preliminary stage, it gets disqualified because there was a fire in a building and it was supposed to save a particular people, and then it goes into it and it saves and it throws out because the program was not given enough what to do after saving a person. So this is what is called a weak robot. But now it has been improvised, and now artificial intelligence almost, as I told you, super artificial intelligence surpasses human brain. So that is the biggest advantage. And then next, the artificial intelligence has been used to find out whether there is going to be natural disaster, earthquake, melting of ice, and then what else? Tsunami alert, and all that because this artificial intelligence of great use. But one thing you know pretty well that artificial intelligence will make you alert about the happenings around the globe, but it will not give you a solution to stop this natural disaster because you don't have that capability. Still, it rests in the hands of God who believes God, or it rests in nature who believes in nature. So we can never equalize that power. So that is the one. And then what is the disadvantage of this artificial intelligence? As I told you earlier, in the healthcare industry, this is robotic surgery, a common man cannot afford. For one surgery, they charge you about 4.5 to 5 lakhs, but it is not possible for ordinary people. And then comes creativity. A machine cannot think on its own. It has to be programmed. But now the latest advancement is the machine can also think creatively. That's how they are going to that level. If this happens, I think there is going to be a big turbulence in the world because there will be a war between humans and machines. So then, if I want to cry, I should cry. I should not make my robot to cry for me. Correct? Because it is my emotion, but the robots do not have. If I want to make love with somebody, I shouldn't do that. And I can't have love with a machine. So artificial intelligence experts, they say that everything is going to be the artificial intelligence in future. Everything is going to become more robust. Maybe. But I'm hungry. I should eat. Isn't it? So certain things we can't. So then another important point is the teachers will be very unhappy because tomorrow when these tools, as I told you earlier, these tools, as I told you, are using these tools, the students can learn themselves. I don't need a teacher. Why should I need a teacher? A teacher will have studied BA, MA, MPhil, PhD, NET, SLET, and all that stuff, and finally land in a college where economic imbalances are there. And then they keep brooding inwardly. And the next, another challenge for them is this artificial intelligence. The teachers will be scolding from inside, all these bloody new inventions come and spoil our chances. Already there are no chances at all for us, and then what is the use? But you know one thing, this artificial intelligence assisted by teachers will be the best one. It should not be, it cannot be done by a student themselves. It should be assisted by a teacher so that you get emotional care and technological care. So these two things should combine together. The teacher's ability will also improve and get updated. So that is the thing, because one thing we need to think that we can't stop technological inventions. We can't stop it. We can't stop it, but we should know how to live with it. So that is very important. Adaptability. Adaptability is the biggest skill for everyone. Everyone needs the adaptability, not only with machines, but also with fellow human beings, you know. If you don't like somebody, you can't be a Hitler to kill them. You can be a tolerant person. You can tolerate them. They're like that. The same thing. We can use the best things of artificial intelligence for our own benefits, but we need not be a slave to the machines. So that is the one. And then ethics, you know, next point is ethics. No ethics at all. How can you find ethics with a machine? You can't find any ethics. You won't. Whatever is programmed, it will do that. That's all. So it is that. And then when you come You can see that face reading machines has been kept at the entrance. That is also artificial intelligence, face reading. When you show your face, it will read your face twice, thrice, and 4 times. Then it will understand that you are Mr. X. Okay, this face is Mr. X. If somebody else try to fill it out, it won't accept. And then fingerprint in your mobile phones. That is artificial intelligence. You keep your fingerprints twice or thrice, then it will record it and think that he is the owner. He is the owner of this phone, and somebody else try to manipulate it, then it is not possible. So these artificial intelligence tools are quite very acceptable, and really it is useful. And then next, as I told you earlier, it is emotionless. So life without emotion is just a waste of time. No? The emotion, you can't expect emotion with a machine. And nowadays, those days it was 3 basic needs: food, clothing, and shelter. Now it has converted into 4: food, clothing, shelter, and mobile phone. It has become the basic need. You sleep with a mobile phone nowadays. Even in the middle of the night, you get up and you just browse it. So this is what we have become addicted to that, And then humans cannot develop artificial intelligence because it is a technology based on preloaded facts and experience. And artificial intelligence is proficient at repeatedly carrying out the same task. So it is proficient in carrying the same task. If you say give us a lot one task, it will continue to do the task only. But you will need to program it again to upgrade it. So that is the negative point. And then finally, in the literature, why novelists should not worry in the field of education, And the future of literature education stands at the intersection of centuries-old literary traditions and cutting-edge technology innovations. As we leverage artificial intelligence to enhance the study and appreciation of literature, we unlock a myriad of opportunities that benefit both students and educators. So because we use artificial intelligence, we can excavate the oldest ideas which has been away in extent. We can take out that using this artificial tool, and then we can make use of that. That is the biggest advantage in literature. And the genres, the genres which you use in novel writing, it is not possible for artificial intelligence to think that way. It is only the author can do that. Author can do that, and it can be given back to the tool which he uses, and then it can be made universal. So that part has been taken care of. And then, as I told you earlier about ChatGPT is a wonderful tool which can be used for checking webs. You can check any webs for information. So that is a great use. ChatGPT is a very wonderful tool. And there's Research Rabbit, and then Chat PDF. These tools are extremely useful for all the students who study literature as well as who do research. So these tools. And then, so English literature, efficiency, in the matter of efficiency, it can analyze and interpret literary works much faster than human can. Another thing is efficiency. It can analyze any literary work very fast. It can analyze very fast. Like as you see in the same, again, I come back to the same movie so that to make you understand better. That Robo, Environ, that fellow will take a book and do like this, and he says that I have finished it. So it means that accuracy is quite possible. Efficiency is very possible in literature. And then comes artificial generated literature can be highly creative and innovative. This is because artificial intelligence algorithms can identify patterns and trends in existing works and use them to create. So another point is they call it as algorithms. The techie who creates a tool, they say that they create in such a way that it can be highly creative as well. So that is, I told you, improvisation is here, going on and on. Every day it is getting improvised. And then, so it can identify patterns and trends in existing works. So then, and then, of course, there are, as I told you, lack of originality. Sometimes the machines do not have that originality. That is another disadvantage. And artificial intelligence algorithms are limited to analyzing and replicating existing patterns and trends in literature. And ethical concerns are very much associated, and the copyright and ownership works is very much affected because of this artificial intelligence, because we do not know where that tool has escalated. We do not know, because the copyright problem may come. So that you should be very careful when you try to do some research, because it will land you into plagiarism. It will land you in plagiarism. That is another thing. And then, so ethical concerns is over. And then what the author finally is trying to say here is we can use this artificial intelligence tools meticulously and vociferously in writing your research as well as in studying a novel. So, for example, if you wanted to study a novel written by G.H. Lawrence, or Robert Frost poems, whatever it is, you can use this artificial intelligence, because Robert Frost says stopping by roads in a snowy evening, or there are other very beautiful poems written by Robert Frost. You can go to that particular place. You can use this tool and find out what was there in the back of the mind of Robert Frost when he was writing this poem. So that usage is because of this artificial intelligence innovations. And then if I want to study about John Milton on his blindness, so we can understand the mindset of John Milton when he wrote that poem on his blindness. We're using this tool, because it will identify at what place, at what time, at what circumstances, at what situation the author has written like this. So this tool goes to that extreme level of bringing out the reality of a work. So if I want to read a novel, or if I want to think about an author like John Updike, Ernest Hemingway, or Mark Twain. John Updike has written, Ernest Hemingway has written a novel, A Old Man on the Sea. So when I want to, when a student wanted to know about that novel, Old Man on the Sea, you can use this tool and find out what is the back of the mind of the author when he was writing this novel, and how the circumstances were, and who is the character, and how was the character, what is the costume of the character, what tribe or what person he is, and all these things can be noted down using this artificial intelligence. So it is really a boon, it is a blessing. Anything is a blessing, of course it has its negative points as well. So mobile phone is also a blessing when you use it constructively. When you use it destructively, it is going to be a big destruction for you all guys. So not only for you, it's for me as well, because science has given you much opportunity, and we feel better than animals and insects because we have this luxury of living, but still we are not. Are we happy? That is a big question mark. We have so much of luxury because of science, we have so much of comfort, we have so much of things to see, watch, and all that, but still, are we happy? And that is a big question. What I feel is artificial intelligence should not become an alien intelligence. Alien intelligence means you know very well about aliens, who is from the next world. If it comes here, we'll be outsmarted and we become a slave. And I think that we are slowly going through that way. Scientists are trying to make that. But as far as we are concerned, it is up to us to decide on whether to take up artificial intelligence at the right spirit or not. And before I conclude, I will bring you this one. Yes. Yes, next is entertainment and social media. Entertainment and social media. If you want a song, if you want a number, just use this artificial intelligence. That number would be somewhere about 100 years ago. For example, if you want to listen to a song in Bohemian music, which you do not know, just put play, have the word and just put play it, it will be done. So you can listen to it. And then entertainment industry, and then banking industry. So every time you get a call from banks, it is not the representative who is talking to you. It has been programmed that way. And then e-commerce. In e-commerce also, this artificial intelligence is of much use. in that industry. And then e-libraries, e-library, you go to USIS, USIS library in Chennai. So there will be e-library. You have to log in inside and you can browse about 10 to 50,000 books all over the globe. How is it possible? It's all because of this artificial intelligence. So any student can just get into British Council Library or American Library in Chennai and enter into e-library, and the librarian will work you out how to enter. You can log inside, and then you can find voluminous books, articles, messages, writings from all great writers, essayers, today, tomorrow, budding artists, everything. In just one click, you get into it. So that is how. And then now you can, this artificial intelligence has gone to this level of making the small children to understand. Just put a chip inside the brain, because we understand by, what do you call that, neurons. Neurons is the one which makes you, make you a better understanding person. That neurons can be injected inside through a chip so that the student can understand better. But it should be assisted by a teacher. That is very important, because the teacher, as I told you, that emotional comfort should be is very, very important for any part of learning. Any learning, you need that emotion. So without emotions, you can't learn a subject or you can't understand a subject. So, but this technology you can put inside, and so that the student can learn accurately. And you can also assess whether that student has learned properly or not. So that technology will be useful for that as well. So the teacher can also, using this artificial intelligence tool, you can assess whether that student has understood that particular concept in the right manner. So that is the power of this artificial intelligence. And then next one is called as natural language processing, NLP, natural language processing, and machine learning algorithms. So artificial intelligence has the capacity to dissect and scrutinize literary texts with unparalleled international journal of research publications. So it has the capacity. It is called NLP, natural language processing. And then one of the primary applications of artificial intelligence in literary analysis is automated text analysis. It will analyze a text in such a speed and tell you what it is about. So that is it. And these artificial intelligence driven tools can effectively analyze vast bodies of text, identifying patterns, themes, linguistic nuances. Another thing is linguistic nuances in Google. You have a particular article, you place it inside, you post it inside, you translate in any language all over the globe, it will get translated immediately. So that is the power of artificial intelligence. That is what it is saying. Linguistic nuances that might escape human readers. Because you don't know the language, you don't value that book or particular novel. But using this artificial intelligence, you can understand what the writer has written in that novel, and you can appreciate as well as you can also emulate that novel in such a big way, because you could understand it easily, and that can be done using the tool of artificial intelligence. And then yes. Another tool called CIDER, SIDER, CIDER. It serves as your helpful artificial intelligence assistant that you can utilize while browsing any website. That is called CIDER. That is another tool. And how that tool has been developed, how that tool can be used or utilized, you can ask your technological expert who is familiar with that. That can be done. And CIDER helps you read and write articles in the sidebar on all websites. On all websites, you can browse. At the same time, you can write your comments. So that this CIDER tool can help you to do that. So that is a very powerful tool, another important tool of artificial intelligence. And then it supports GPT-3, 5, GPT-4 model, smart internet access, YouTube summary, chat PDF, artificial intelligence painting, artificial intelligence chatbots with ChatGPT, Gemini, and CLAD. So all these will be supported by that. So One example of artificial intelligence being used to interpret literature is the project The Machine in the Humanities. There is a project called Machine in the Humanities, the Machine in the Humanities. This project uses artificial intelligence to analyze Shakespearean plays. Shakespearean plays will be analyzed using this artificial intelligence. That is called the Machine in the Humanities. The Machine in the Humanities. And provide annotations, explanations of the text. The system can also provide translations of the text in several languages. It can also be translated in several languages. You want to become an author, you write in your own language. Artificial intelligence will take control. You can use the tool and you can translate it in any languages, in any form. And all your errors will be taken out, plagiarism check will be done, and the clarity will be done. If you want to improvise your stuff, it will be done without changing the yoke of your essay. So only the yoke, the creativity will be yours. The other things will be, all decorations will be done. All jobs which has to be done by you while writing will be done by this artificial intelligence. So you can sit at the sofa and relax yourself. You have done something, using these tools, you can convert everything in a beautiful manner and you become a greatest author in this world. So that, of course, it is not your job. Your job, 80% of the job has been done by the tools, but 20% is your creativity. So that is the area where artificial intelligence is not much familiar about. I think in the years to come, they will try to do that also. As I told you earlier, artificial intelligence should be artificial only. It should not be an alien intelligence. If it converts into alien intelligence, we are all off. So we no longer live a life as we want. It will become more destructive. So with this, I conclude. Thank you very much for your patient listening. If anybody wants to ask me anything, I'm ready to answer you. Any questions? Yes, ma'am. About Neuralink. That is, we were discussing about that neurons is one which tells about human understanding. But technologically, the technological expert may tell you more about the Neuralink artificial intelligence tool. But as an academician, what I learned about that is I'm not a technological expert. But technological expert will tell you how to develop that and all that stuff. But what I understood that the chip will be formed and that chip can be put in a student or somebody else to make them understand better. But because the neurons is the particle which we have it in our brain, which makes us to understand better things in the world. So based on that theory, they have formulated this artificial intelligence. But the technical aspect, you can ask from the technical people who can do that.
Okay. Does it works well together? But it's
yes, of course, of course. As I as per my knowledge goes, as I heard and as I learned, I think it works well. Students are giving the right feedback that they can understand, but they can understand faster. Because, when I'm not familiar with geography, but I feel that, okay, this is standard geography, let me try this. And I will be very vague. I'll be going on one after another here, there, and all that. But when we use this tool, exactly what is the thing, that thing will be given to the student. So automatically, understanding will become easier, learning process will become much easier. So that is the purpose here. So this artificial intelligence, precision is the main point here. Precision. But human mind do not have precision all the time. But the tools will give you precise information which is needed. For example, when I ask you what do you mean by constructiveness, or what do you mean by a paragraph, what is a sentence? As a human teacher, I go about here and there and talk about so many things. But as a tool will tell you this is what sentence is. Sentence fragments are this, and how the combination of these words make a sentence and all that. Exact. What is needed. So that way it is successful.
So, but with an education process, we can use it for the AI tool for the plagiarism, for all those things, for the research process we are doing, right?
Okay.
But when compared with the human mind, as with the neural, as you said, like it works well and it goes well. But it doesn't, there be prices for the behavior modification of behavior of the person or the human mind that can be transferred into it.
You mean behavioral crisis?
Yeah.
If there will be any change in the behavior of an individual who learns through this artificial
Yeah.
intelligence tool,
Yes.
that's your question.
Yes.
Because what you feed with the data, that will be given to the student. But
Right.
it depends on the person who feeds the data. So if it is, I go back to the same routine for a better understanding. If you put a red chip, destructive, that way. So that is how, because machines are, whatever it is, it may do great things, but it is a machine, no?
So,
It is a tool.
but on that case, we cannot able to trust AI, right?
No, it's not like that, madam, because even human beings cannot be trusted. The person sitting next to you, you cannot say that your good self and that madam are good friends, I hope. Are you not? What's your name, madam? What's your name, madam?
Nandini.
Nandini. That madam's name?
I don't know. I don't know.
Zakia.
I'm the vice principal of this college.
Vice principal, okay.
Zakia.
Okay, both are good friends, is it? Why so doubtful?
30 minutes before. 30 minutes before.
Okay, both of you are not friends, not enemies, isn't it? So Nandini and Madam Vice Principal are talking. If somebody says, I don't accept that because Nandini 1 and Vice Principal 1 are talking. Nandini 2 and Vice Principal 2 are hiding inside. That is a reality, isn't it? Because you won't say everything to Madam or Madam won't say everything to you. So like that, the machine also, whatever you feed, the data will come out. Sometimes that super artificial intelligence comes, whatever you don't feed also comes out. So that has become dangerous.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. Any more questions? I want from the students to ask. Students are quite quiet and listen to me just as if I am from a Zoom.
Tools for teaching is there.
Huh?
Any tool for teaching is
Yeah, I
there.
told you all these tools, no?
All these for teaching.
Teaching purposes. See this Trinka, it is academic. It will tell you about grammar, punctuation, and then how to make a sentence, how to write a paragraph, how to write a novel, how to write a drama, what are the rules to be followed, what are the 3 units, and all that stuff can be made use from this tool, Trinka.
Quizzes.
Physics.
Quiz.
It's, yeah, it is also there. It's one of the tools. It's all, everything is there. Everything is there. As you put in Google, it's a search engine, no, you put XYZ, again there will be some message on that. But the thing is, this one is different from that. Artificial intelligence is different from that because when you type XYZ in Google, so many web will come. But here, the exact one will come. So it is the advanced, updated version of internet, updated version. Now, artificial intelligence is very updated. For example, if you search for Robert Frost, so many web will come. One website will talk about this, one other website. It's not like exactly what it's about. It comes up with. So that is the speciality of this artificial intelligence. It is very much needed for our development in any field, but under the supervision of human beings. But it should not go beyond that. If it goes, life will become miserable. It definitely will become miserable. But it is a boom. It's a boom. Any invention, any scientific invention is a boom. It's not a bane. But if it goes bane because when we use it in the wrong way or when we allow it to get upgraded on its own, then it becomes dangerous. Yes, ma'am.
So do AI replace PhD guides?
What is that?
So PhD guides are there, sir.
Okay.
So does AI replace them?
You are saying that whether AI become a
Because
PhD guide.
I find so difficult to have a PhD guide for me. So,
Yeah, very good question. But one thing I tell you, if a AI tool becomes a PhD guide for you, you will never complete your PhD.
yeah, that's right. Because my friend is there and she's been telling that my guide she's taking my PhD years together.
Because he is more worse than AI, I think.
So that's my question, sir.
Yes, ma'am. AI,
Okay,
AI guide, you can't be. It can't be. But for example, you can't play chess with a robot, you know?
Yeah.
You can't win at all. Even Vishwanath Anand cannot win.
Cannot win.
Kasparov, Karpov, whoever, they can't win. Because it has been programmed such a way that it will outsmart you.
Yes, sir.
It will think 50 moves ahead of you.
So in future, PhD years will be reduced if I use AI tools.
Yes, if you use AI
I
tools,
can't go for 3 years, so that I can finish my thesis
so
and
that duration has been fixed by the university.
No, sir, if they use AI,
If you use AI, you can finish in 1 hour. How is it
Yeah,
possible?
sir.
No. That they won't accept. They won't accept. They want a system, no? A system should be practiced. And the future days are going to come. You don't eat 3 square meals a day. Just 1 tablet in the morning, afternoon 1, night 1. That's all. Your tummy will be full. So that is possible. When astronauts go to Mars, they don't take this sambarism more and all that. 1 tablet, that's it. So this is it.
AI is like a tablet in future.
Yeah, definitely. Because
For a very short time, we can finish everything.
everything. But you can't buy peace. You can't buy peace.
So as you said, there won't be any ethics.
Yes, madam. Without any effort, if you get anything, you
There
cannot
won't be any emotion.
Yes, there will not be emotions. You will be like, you also become a machine, you know. If somebody is, for example, somebody is met with an accident on the road, you just go walk around like a machine.
Already we are doing the same thing. It's
Yeah, because of this. Because you can see students walking the railway track browsing the mobile phone. Now they keep browsing, they don't understand the train is coming back of them. No, they don't. Because we become addicted to that. Students, I mean children. How many artificial intelligence tools are being used in mobile phones? They play with so many games, you know, they become addicted. Even in our families. How many of us have listened to your daughters and sons for a longer period of time? You spoke to them for a longer period of time. They don't stare you even half an hour, and then they go back to mobiles because the mobiles have become mothers and fathers for them. They keep browsing. So, but it is that's what I told you. No, it's good, but at the same time, it's a pain. It's a curse. But religion, you know, when you go to a temple, you go to a church. You go to a mosque and you pray God and you get that happiness, you get that peace. You get the same thing when you are with a robot. No. The robot can give a version. The verse, you can read the verse, but you can't read. So it is connected to your intuition. That machine will not have that intuition. But for your comfort, for your luxurious life, for your easy life, this artificial intelligence is very much needed. These tools can be used for a better understanding and for the betterment of the society, but it should not serve the entire society. That is right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Anything else? Students are quite, I think they are tired right from the morning listening to artificial intelligence. That's it? Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your eloquent speech. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and everyone for making this day a huge success. We will meet again tomorrow for day 2 of the symposium. Thank you.